How is your child doing in their Utah Students Connect online course? Hi, my name is Stephen Park. I am one of the teachers for Utah Students Connect and for Jordan School District, and that's what I'm going to help you understand. So we're in Canvas right now. We're looking at a student's dashboard. His name's Arthur, and he's enrolled in 2 courses. So that's what these 2 cards are. To see how he's doing in either of those courses, you just click on the course. So I clicked on Sandbox, and then in the left-hand menu there will be a grades link. I'm going to click on that, and this shows you how he's doing. So overall, Arthur's receiving, Arthur has a 54%. That's his grade on stuff that has been graded so far. If you want to see how he's doing based on all assignments, most of which are a 0, then you uncheck this box, and that drops him down to a 14%. So if Arthur were to completely stop working at the end of the quarter, he'd receive 14%. But his progress so far is 54%. Now let's look at the individual assignments in the gradebook so you can understand what the status means. If an assignment says late, like this first assignment says late, that means the student submitted it, but they submitted it late. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no penalty for submitting assignments late. So in this case, Arthur submitted About Me late. He scored 9 out of 10. And right here, if there are these speech bubbles, then the teacher has left a comment. So I click on those speech bubbles, and here's the comment, a little short. Okay, the next status is missing. Missing means that the assignment is late and the student hasn't submitted it yet. So in this case, Introduction to Psychology is late and Arthur hasn't submitted it. So the grade defaults, as soon as it turns to late and missing, it defaults to 0. And it will stay a 0 until he submits it. Okay, the next status is just nothing. Nothing means that it's not due yet. So in this case, Psychological Perspectives is not due, and the student hasn't submitted it, so there's no grade for it. In this case, Turn in a Printed Page is the name of the assignment. It's not due, but the student did submit it and he got a 0 on it. And in this case, the assignment was worth 0, so that's the most he could get. Now let's scroll down. There's one more thing that you'll want to be aware of, and that is these colored tabs. They can be green, blue, orange, yellow, red. This is a report from an automated plagiarism check. Green, blue is generally good, red is generally bad. So if there's a red tab, most likely the teacher's going to look at the report and make some sort of decision about what the grade should be, and they would leave a comment if it's going to negatively impact the student's grade. So there's one more cool feature of the gradebook that you should be aware of, and that is the what if calculator, or the what if I get 10 on this assignment instead of 0. A student can do that by just hovering over the score, and notice how it says click to test a different score. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to say, what if I get a 10? What happens? So I click enter, and go up here, my overall grade becomes an 82%. So if the student turns that in and they get a 10, it's going to bump them from an F to a B. And say, oh, what if I get 15? Oh, it bumps me up to a 97. So as you're working with your child on their grades, that's one way for you to help them understand whether an assignment is important or not. And remember, they can resubmit assignments, so in this case, he didn't submit anything. But if he had submitted it, so let's say he wants to get a 10 out of this, how would that impact him? Put a 10 there. Not a huge impact. That 1 point isn't going to make a big difference, which is also helpful for students to know. You can, if they're stressed out about getting a less than perfect score, you can show them that's probably not worth wasting time to get that 1 extra point. However, if they're missing 20 or 30 points on assignment, you can show them it might be worth redoing to pick up those 20 or 30 points. That is the gist of what you need to know for the gradebook.